I'm Sam, and I'm joined by Andrew. Hi, Andrew.
Hello.
We're just going to talk you through a few nice little tidbits to make your spreadsheets a little bit better. This could be the most boring thing in the world, but we've also found it quite helpful.
What should we start off with?
I reckon on this top line, if we basically start off with a load of basic information, the sort that we might come up with. I mean, we're just making this up right now, but people's surname, their first name, and then that'll probably be 2 words, and then
Phone number, I think.
Phone number, that's a good one.
Favorite color, perhaps.
Okay, yeah, favorite color, and then I don't know what task we're doing with them, but we should just see like whether the task is done, yes or no. And
I suppose something like a donation amount, something like that. There's often money involved in a spreadsheet or accountancy type stuff. Donation
amount and how much they maybe like a rating or something like that. So like how much they like something from a scale of
feedback type info.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, that'll probably be enough for now. You'll see that if we had loads of information, if we start to scroll down, you then lose that. So what we're going to do straight away, I actually don't know where this appears here, but we're going to freeze it. I always go to the help bit just there, you'll see, to freeze one row. Do you know where the freeze function actually appears? Is it in format?
It's in view. So it's to do with the way you're viewing the sheet, right? So and then it gives you a couple of options, yeah.
And then what that does is if you start scrolling down, you'll see those numbers going down, but that stays there, which is really useful if you've got loads of different data.
Very useful.
I'll make that in bold. Luckily, we've already sort of made up a load of surnames and first names, so we'll just copy those in there right now.
All absolute legends.
You know, there's Catherine Smellington, Tanya Cheese, there's Big Roy Keane and Emma Bunton, she's there. One thing that's happening in here, so you'll see in this favorite color one, you don't see all of the text there, and in donation amount as well. So what we're going to do for all of that row, again, I don't know where this actually appears, but the help thing is your friend, is wrap text. So you see, once you press on wrap text, it then puts it above and below rather than running into the next one and then making part of it invisible.
I love a bit of formatting, personally. There's a few options, really. I mean, where you use the search to do the text wrapping, you can just go straight to format. That's where you find some of that stuff. But also in the top bar there as well, if you look across from where you've got bold, italic, etc., and you've got the 3 dots at the moment.
Over here.
Yeah, click on that. It should give you a few more formatting options. So you can see the left aligned thing. You've also got where the text sits in terms of the height of the cell. So that's useful to change. I suppose the good point to mention maybe is that fundamentally spreadsheets obviously are made to deal with lots of numbers. The cells are not always set up best for where the text is. But it's always useful for playing around with what works best for what you need, because you've got to read all different types of information, and if you've got a massive spreadsheet, really you want kind of things to be in the right place so that it makes sense. So yeah, I mean that probably applies to the next bit, maybe if we put some phone numbers in actually.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So if we go for 077 777 777, is that enough?
I don't know how many numbers there are.
I think there's 2 more. So when we do that, it gets rid of the 0.
Don't want that.
So you told me a little trick earlier on.
Yeah, so it goes back to the numbers thing, right? So that's right. If you go to format and you change it to plain text, then it will stay as the number with the 0 at the front. Because obviously with maths, they don't like zeros at the front of numbers. So it's best to change it to text, and then it looks like a phone number still, which, is a small thing, but I think it can be useful, and especially if you're copying and pasting it into something else. Or maybe we'll talk about how we can feed some of the information from these cells into other things at the very end. So that's that really.
If we're going to make that for every single one as well, we have to change it for all of them, don't we?
Well, no, not necessarily actually. If you click on that first cell,
yeah,
and now this is obviously for demonstration purposes, but if you click on the bottom right corner and you dragged that down to fill out the rest of the thing, yeah, that's right. So obviously that's a quick way of making the numbers. What happens is when you drag stuff down like that, it can copy things in a few different ways. So for example, if you put an equation in there, which we'll get onto later maybe, it would copy the equation. But in this case, it's copied the formatting and everything as well. So you can basically, when you drag it out, you can make sure that it copies the things that you want it to copy. So in this case, it's copied the format, so that you've still got the 0 at the front. So they're all plain text. Yeah.
It's
so that's useful anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, it's copied the format, but like you said, it's also gone one up on each time. So the first phone number is all the 7s, and then there's an 8 at the end, and then a 9, and then 80, 81. So that's what will happen. If you actually then wanted to enter in the number, so I'll make one up now. Hopefully that's not someone's number, but that still then stays there because of it's been formatted to be plain text. So if we make up some, we can do a load of this. And green. Forgot about green. So we've got a load of different colours there. Oh, actually, maybe this is a nice little place to put in some conditional formatting. So in this, we can go to wait, is it there or is it format? It might be format actually. Yeah, it's format. If we go to conditional formatting, this is a little bit wacky and potentially pointless, but it might look nice. So on these, if we've got it automatically sets the range to the whole column, but we can say that this format rule, if the text is exactly, let's say, blue, then we can say custom color of blue. Let's say that blue so we can actually see it. And it comes up like
a nice one, that one.
Maybe we'll say that the text will then come up white so that it's a bit more visible. So that's one rule, and then we can do another one and do basically exactly the same for orange. Make it like that. There we go. Again, you wouldn't necessarily use it for this, but I think it maybe makes the point quite well that these are the sorts of things that you can do, and it can be quite good for even if you're not doing it about colors. If it's about grouping a load of different things just so that you can view your spreadsheet a little bit easier, I think that can be quite valuable for just being able to see data clearly.
Yeah, it might work quite well, say with where we were talking about rating at the end, where you might have people who rate something really highly, where you're entering numbers, or numbers are coming from some kind of form or something, that the higher the numbers, the darker the red, for example, and then just by the numbers being entered, you get that extra visual information of it being darker red when you're looking at a massive list of stuff. So yeah,
that's true. Lovely. And then I won't do anything for white because white is already white.
That's looking pretty nice, actually. I quite like that.
Yeah, that's lovely, that, doesn't it? And then for this one, we've got done Y or N. Well, I was going to make the two options Y or N, but maybe we could do a checkbox instead.
Yeah, because that's the example. You could, for yes or no, when you typed in a Y, you could use the conditional formatting so it became a color, again, to help spot stuff. But yeah, if you do that, I think in this case, maybe don't select the full column, maybe just the ones that you need. Just I think so. And then, yeah, there's a few useful tools. I can't remember where this one is actually.
So it's in data validation. If you go to data,
All right, yeah.
data validation, and you go tick box, and it's right there. So you've got the cell range is, yeah, it's already got that in E2 to E11 because that's what we selected.
Yeah, yeah.
List from a range, list of items, number text, custom formula, and then we've got, yeah, tick box here.
Great, yeah.
And then that should do it straight away. So then you've
Lovely.
got this, so we can tick. I don't know what is done about these things, but a few.
So satisfying. So satisfying.
Really nice. And then so yeah, we don't need to have that Y or N option. Oh yeah, and that's good to know actually, that it comes up there in the spreadsheet as the text that's kind of is true or false for when it's like that, which I think will be good for us in a sec.
Yeah, that box is very useful. So that bar across the top is always where you can find the kind of background information for a cell. So if you've typed in some sort of calculation or formulation, which we'll go on to later, then that's where you'll find it, and you can play around with it and things.
Definitely. And then if we make some donation amounts, they've donated, I don't know what they've donated to, but they've donated some money to something. They've given £4, they've given £6.99. They've given, they're a bit of a baller, they've given 100 quid. They gave a quid, and someone else gave £16.
But they're just numbers.
They're just numbers. So we're going to format it to be currency. I mean, you could do whatever. There's a proper kind of financial thing, or for accounting or whatever. I like doing it just as this currency one. So do that there, and it comes up automatically. All of those.
Yeah.
Then might be nice to add them up, I think. So the simple way is probably one that a lot of people know already, but it's quite a simple one. We go sum, and then you do the sum as in the sum of greater than the sum of its parts. So it's just adding up what is there. And then you just, in the brackets, you do, for most formulas in this, or formulae, you say what the formula is, and then in brackets you say the range, and you might have to give other information, but in this one it's a very simple one, so it just goes sum, and then you say the range that you want to add up. So in our case that will be F2, and then you do a colon up to F11.
This is the cell, so you've got the letters across the top and the numbers down the side, which I guess is a bit obvious, but yeah, just so that that's clear.
Yeah, exactly. So you've got F, and then that's 2 to F11, and then that adds it up for you. I think we'll turn that into a different color just so that we know it's not more data from, you know, Catherine Smellington or whoever.
There's also there is a shortcut for that as well. So if you click on your 3 dots at the end of your kind of set of tools,
this fella,
yeah, and then you see that kind of strange shaped capital E,
yeah,
that's sum. But if you click on the button itself, you've got, so you've got these shortcuts. So if you selected a bunch of cells and then went and clicked on this, it would then give you these these classic sums, basically. So either the sum or average, which I think we might talk about in a bit.
Whoa, I don't know how to do this, the average one. Do we just do average E2 to...
Well, yeah, basically. So I think often I would select the cells that I wanted to change or add up or find the average of first, and then go and click on that thing, and it should, I think, automatically at the bottom of that list of cells put in the amount. Is that not working?
Not even working. So that's a shame. I don't know how to do this one. Right, well maybe this is quite a good point actually, because one of the biggest tips that I got for this is to look it up as well. So average in sheets, average sheets per toilet roll. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the formula. Okay, but how do you do it? how do you use the average formula? Press the cells you want to find the average of and press enter. Oh, maybe it's just been difficult for no reason. So
I think it's because you're selecting the wrong cells. Yeah, I think you had the tick
oh,
boxes.
did I say I might have said E instead of I said E instead of F. It's a good lesson for everyone. Sometimes you'll screw it up, and that's fine.
But I think it's important though the way that you showed that you can type out the equations, because it's mostly easy to do it, and you really know then what you've done as well. Get rid of that cell maybe.
Should I get rid of this one? Just to go back to that done column, there's one thing I wanted to do is just see it can add up for us how many ticks we've got. So what you can do there is, Andrew, I know you like that, clicking on that button up there, the function one, but I quite like typing it out for no good reason really. But if you do count if, so this is telling the sheet to only count if in this certain range, so E2 to E11, so that's all of those there that are highlighted, and you only count them if what is in there is true. So hopefully that will just work straight away. Let's see. So that's counted. So that should change if we start ticking some more.
Oh, you'd love to see that. Yeah.
Oh, isn't that nice? And then what we can do is, maybe this is a bit wacky to do, but we could do what's the total of the donations by people who are done. Again, we don't know what done is. But let's just see if we can do that. We can work it out how we do it. So we'll do their we will do sum. This is a sum if. This is a bit funky actually. Sum if, and then we say the range that we're looking at. So the range that we're looking at is we're seeing which ones are true. So we've got E2 to E11, same thing again. And then we're going to put true, because that's what we're looking for. We're looking to see which ones are true. And then if each of those are true, we then count what is going on in, oh, actually I need to put maybe some brackets in here. F2 to F11. And then I'll put some in here as well. So let's have a look if this works. There we go. So wow. as we tick these different ones, that should go up by £5 now if we tick this. So that's the same because we've ticked all of them.
That is so nice. Wow. Oh yeah, that's a new one for me.
I like that. So we've got count if, we've got sum if, and we've got the sum one just there.
We could do an average. Did you want to do an average donation?
Oh yeah. So
maybe the cell below. I know the format, where we've put stuff is a bit all over the place, but
yeah.
Just for demonstration purposes.
Yeah, exactly. So then average. We'll do. Does this work here as well? Maybe we'll just copy and paste and do average. So how did average work again? If we type, shall I just do it with this one? We'll do.
Well, I think the way I would do it is I would click on first of all, I would start actually by clicking on the cells I wanted the average from.
Oh, okay.
That's it. And then go to, bring down average and see if you click on that.
Straight away.
Oh, the only problem with this will be that it's going to put it directly underneath, isn't it? So,
oh, is it? Should we just see that happen and ruin all our work?
Yeah.
Yes, it has done that. Okay, good. Yeah, you were right.
So undo that, and we'll write out the sum in this spot here.
Good to know that you can do that, though. I think. So equals average. Oh, it tells you as well how to. Actually, it's telling us exactly what we want to. Anyway, so we can just click on that and it will do it. Suggested based on the data. Well, you suggested right, Google. And then press enter, and there's the average.
Nice.
Useful, isn't it? And then.
Do we like this? Yeah.
Should we do some? Yeah, we like it. So with 5 out of 5 for that. We've got this person hates it. This person doesn't mind it too much. We've got a few people think it's brilliant, and then these people think it's a bit average. Weirdly, Darren Gant, even though he gave us 150 quid, even though he only likes it 2 out of 5, 40%. So then we want to find out what the average is of these to see how good our service is or whatever. So we can do the average there. Here's the average. Oh no, like you said, you've already said this.
Well, I mean, it does in that.
All of it.
But that's interesting because doing it that way round, you can select the cell anywhere on the spreadsheet. It puts in the basic scaffolding for the equation, and then you can go on and add the cells that you want afterwards if they're somewhere else. So I suppose all it does is speed it up slightly, but it speeds it up in just by how long it takes you to type average. So probably not.
Should we just see that work though? As well, maybe.
Yeah. Why do you type? Yeah.
So we do that, and then we just select from there to there.
Yeah. Or you could literally type them in like you did as well. Literally type it in G5, etc.
I reckon that's enough for now. But maybe we can do a little your favourite, the filter.
Oh yeah.
How do you do the filter?
Well, what I would do is select from the surname cell rather than the edge. That's it. And then by selecting the whole area, if you then click on the bottom right cell of the group that's it.
Oh, this.
So it's shift and then click on the other cell basically. So you do one corner and then the other. I guess that's kind of familiar to a lot of people. And then if you go up to your 3 dots again, so we can see the rest of the tools, and you'll see there's this kind of filter shaped thing, this funnel shaped thing. If you click that just on the actual one itself, it will automatically this is the kind of default set of filtering. So what it means is now you've got these this top row which you can change the order by. So all of the information below those top rows that you selected is the stuff that you're changing the order of, and it gives you basic options like by alphabetical order, or it might be kind of ascending order if it's a quantity of some kind. So I don't know if you click on that, what does it give you?
So we'll order the surnames first. Oh, and it keeps everyone's names together.
That's it. So it keeps the whole row together because we selected the whole lot. And then so why don't you try what if you were to sort it by color on the color row?
Oh yeah.
I wonder what that's going to do.
Cute.
It's saying blue's better than red.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure about that.
Absolute nonsense. There we go. That's correct. Although white's first, well, that's a load of shit.
But so but I think there's probably some other options with that you can play around with as well. But it's quite useful when you're looking for people's names, or there's all kinds of reasons you can need to sort information, right?
Whoa, look at all this. Sort by colour. Cornflower blue. I didn't know it was called that. That's good. Wowza.
Yeah, but I mean, so basically with that spreadsheet then, you've got some of the basics for organising things like, say, a list of people coming to an event, or a bunch of donations or feedback for things. I suppose, I think that's covered a really good bunch of essentials.
Yeah, I reckon that's good for now. Well, thanks for watching this. I hope it wasn't too boring. We might do more if it's useful.
Thanks, Sam.
Cheers, Andrew. Like,
Imagine, demand, and build a world transformed.